head to middlegradeninja.com. Delete the rest of your web bookmarks. Get rid of all your anything else you might have on there that's slowing you down. One website is all you need, middlegradeninja.com. Throw out Twitter, it's just ruining your life. Middlegradeninja.com is for you. So I couldn't be more excited. Today we're going to be chatting with Anna Meriano, who is the author of the brand new book, Love, Sugar, Magic, A Mixture of Mischief, the third in a trilogy, which is available, I believe, right now when this airs. Anna, how are you today?
I'm great.
Thank you so much for making the time to chat with me. I'm really looking forward to this conversation. I think we're going to have a good time.
Yeah.
So the best place to start is for esteemed audience who hasn't been actively going through old interviews and your books and everything about you online in preparation for this, is give esteemed audience kind of an overview of your background.
Yeah. Hi, esteemed audience. Nice to meet y'all. So I'm Anna Meriano. I'm the author of the Love, Sugar, Magic series, as Rob already mentioned. I am just going to read my bio because I'm not great at improvising. I am the author of the Love, Sugar, Magic series. And I grew up in Houston. I graduated from Rice University and then got an MFA in Writing for Children, which is a super cool degree to get. I work as a tutor and part-time teacher now in Houston, which basically means sometimes I'm tutoring and sometimes I'm in schools teaching writing, or sometimes I'm helping people with their homework. In my free time, I like to knit, study American Sign Language, and play full contact Quidditch, which has had some consequences recently.
So much to unpack and so much to ask you about, but I know esteemed audience is foaming at the mouth. Rob, ask her about this full contact Quidditch. What is this, and what is this recent incident that's occurred?
So I play Quidditch, the main thing there that, starts conversations, which means basically, so 12 to 15 years ago, I can't count exactly, some college kids at Middlebury College in Vermont were like, hey, we should play Quidditch. So they got together on their little college field and invented some rules to this game that normally is played on flying broomsticks, but they just played it with normal broomsticks, and they ran around and they threw dodgeballs at each other, and the rest was history. So since then, Quidditch has developed. It got a lot of traction on college campuses. Now it's moved to community teams as a bunch of kids graduated and wanted to keep playing. There's, I think, still more than 300 teams in the U.S. and then something like 20 and 50 international teams. I'm just ballparking because I don't have the numbers. So they have World Cup tournaments with Hong Kong, Brazil, Slovakia, and Slovenia. I usually travel with Team Mexico, even though I'm not a citizen, so I can't play for them. Yeah, so it's a really big, great community, international community of people who run around on broomsticks and tackle each other, which is a good time. And I have played for 7 years, and everything had gone well. I was always the poster child for it because I'm kind of a small person. I don't know if you can tell from this Skype because I can just be really large. But kind of a small person.
For those listening, she just leaned toward the camera like a towering Godzilla attacking the city.
But yeah, I'm kind of a small person, and so I was always the poster child for oh, well, in Quidditch, you're in control of how much tackling you actually get or how much physical contact you actually get, and as long as you, keep yourself safe and your team kind of teaches you how to keep yourself safe, and everything will be okay. Even though you're playing on at a size disadvantage in many cases, because there's people of all genders, there's people of all sizes, there's people of varying age teams. And then this September, unfortunately, I took just a pretty bad tackle and broke my pelvis in 4 places. So I am no longer the poster child for Quidditch is so safe, even for me. It was very much like a fluke accident. I've taken a lot of tackles. That one just, unfortunately, this guy landed on top of me. And it was just like, just kind of a bad, like, oh no, everything is horrible. But so it's been a couple of months of recovery. I got to spend some time with a walker, in a wheelchair, with a cane, just about any mobility aid you can think of. I've at least tried it out. Crutches, but I didn't like them. And now I'm almost back to, getting back to full recovery.
Well, that's good to hear. I'm glad you're on your way all the way back.
Yeah.
But, oh my God.
Yeah.
What kind of sport is because I read about it. Well, that's extremely exciting. I would love to play Quidditch, but now you're describing it, and I'm wondering if people of all ages and all sizes, if I get somebody that's 20 years older than me and works out every minute of every day, and it's just this huge block of muscle coming toward me with a broomstick, which I imagine I might be in danger of being impaled. I would think would be the number one injury of everyone running around tackling each other.
Everyone thinks that, and it's really not. Even my injury, I like to tell people, I was in the hospital. I had they did actually a really cool surgery. I know people don't always like to hear about it, but pelvic injuries used to be like a bigger deal because you couldn't walk on them, and now they have a surgery that will like stabilize things so that you can walk a little bit. It's not important, but basically, so I did have, I had surgery, I had all this stuff. But later on, I checked and you could kind of see the little like very mild bruise from the broom down around my knee. And that was it. Like the broom was not in play causing any of the major injuries. It just gave me like a little bruise, which I've had a bunch of those little like right around your knee little line of bruise where the broom hit. So I'm like, yeah, even in my case, people don't really get impaled by the brooms because you kind of know where your broom is, and that's one of the things we practice a lot with our tackles is like you tackle and you move your broom to the side.
But is it courtesy or is there some sort of penalty for intentionally not doing that?
You just want to, like instinctively, you don't want to because it's touching you as well. You don't want that because we usually use PVC pipes. You don't want that rod just like sticking anywhere into anything. You just want it out of the way.
Well, I would imagine if you're playing on a campus and we're all friends here, we're having a good time. Even then, there's always one that's going to be, I'm extra competitive and I'm going to look for a little edge. But by the time you said you're traveling with the Mexican team around.
Yeah.
There has to be really competitive people who are trying to figure out ways to get you smacked over the head.
No, I've never seen anyone like hit someone with a broom. I've seen one person like throw broom. Play was stopped, and he was immediately like got in big trouble. But you can't. Yeah, I don't know. It definitely is a physical sport. People definitely are like trying to win, especially in Texas. We have some national championships in Austin. Like Austin has championships. A lot of Texas players are the ones World Cup and won the international championships. So Texas has a lot of really competitive players, but like people generally are not trying to like make illegal tackles. And we have a lot of rules, no hitting above the neck, no hitting below the knees, rules about kind of how you can make contact and how you can't. So I think people generally follow those rules. There are injuries, but a lot of times it's like on par with what you get in other sports, not football because we don't have as many concussions, but like, ankle injuries, knee injuries, and then concussions a little bit. Basically what we get.
So, and I'm sorry to make you relive this traumatic event.
No.
But
I mean, I still really like Quidditch. I still, I'm still involved with my team, the Houston Cosmos. I'm getting a jersey this season, even though because they're so cool, they have like stars on them. I probably won't play for the rest of this season, but I am getting a jersey. And I have my Quidditch book coming out at the end of this year. So
yes, I saw that on your website. I want to make sure I ask you about that. So what's the Quidditch book going to be?
The Quidditch book is a YA novel, so not as much for the middle grade listeners. But it's a YA novel about someone who starts playing Quidditch in Houston. right after high school. She's it's sort of a Cinderella retelling, very, very loosely. So she's got a stepmom to contend with. She's got a pretty extreme grounding situation, and she kind of uses Quidditch as a way to escape that because it's technically, I'm getting exercise. Don't you want me to get exercise? You can't ground me from physical activity because that would be so bad. And she goes to a tournament instead of a ball. She loses a cleat instead of a slipper. But basically, Quidditch is sort of a vehicle for her to come of age, find her place in the world, feel like the future's not that scary anymore. Yeah, and I wrote it in major part because Quidditch was that for me, especially when I moved from Texas to New York. I had kind of a lot of like, oh, my family's not here, and I don't have as many friends around as I used to, and my program is very small. My Writing for Children program was like 12 people, and yeah. So when you're in like, classes all day with the same 12 people, and then, all your hobbies and interests are so overlapped that like you all have really strong opinions about very minuscule things, like, the best part of Harry Potter is the characterization. No, the best part of Harry Potter is the world building. No, the best part of Harry Potter is that it ended and she shouldn't be back. Anyway, when you get a lot of people with strong opinions together, sometimes it can just get like overwhelming, and there were only 12 of us and we had a lot of internal fighting even though we loved each other. So it was really nice to be able to go on the Quidditch team and just have different people who did different things, and we could all come together and be a team, but it was also like a little bit of an escape.
So when will the book be available?
Such a big question.
To be determined.
Yeah, fall of 2020 is what I've heard, and I haven't seen. Some things are changing, so we're redoing the title. It was originally announced with the title, but that title is dead to the world now. That's why I keep calling it the Quidditch Book. And I'm in the middle of some revisions right now, so there's a lot of things changing, and I haven't gotten a solid release date, so we'll see.
You call it what, Quidditch Through the Ages, but some some play on that, I suppose.
Yeah, maybe not that one, just to avoid the